guys, Rod and Jack Fox here, and welcome to weekend vid. I'm gonna post 3 videos, and this is one of the videos that was mostly requested by fans. By you guys. So I decided to bring it back for you guys to enjoy. The other 2 videos will be a mystery. Well, I'm gonna post a lot of videos during this entire weekend. Okay, so where I left off is where Deku completely tied Bakugo up. And the thing that I failed to mention in the first part, which I'm sad about, because I want you guys to hear the entire bit, but I had to cut some parts off, which also means what happens with Deku when he gets injured. So when Deku was bullied, harder, he gets burns and knife wounds because the bullies mainly carried weapons. So Deku mainly uses a type of foundation, which is waterproof, to hide his burns from his parents. Well, one, aka Inko Midoriya. Hazashi's across seas in America doing shows. So I'm gonna make Deku kind of like Deku in the anime, but mainly this Deku is all about performing, being helpful to people, and making people smile. He doesn't want to wear a smile on his face because he knows that he might not hold it on. He wants to see people smile. Technically how his dad views the world, as people smiling. And the thing is, Deku from a young point of view was very talented. So, I'm sorry, I'm driving this entire story off, but I just wanted to say it. So, Deku is, at the age of, before the anime started, they had a school festival to get money for the school for the 3rd years could graduate. Deku was in his 2nd year. Deku's performance was mainly very beautiful, because how he moved and how he made the stage bow to his will, because he made it look so amazing. Everything he did on that stage was beautifully kept. The costume he wore, which is technically the same acrobatic costume as normal acrobats wear when they're doing a competition. And Deku's hair mainly stand out to most people, as well as his eyes. His coat, here, let me show a picture. Okay, yeah, here's a picture of, I actually believe in, and this is from an anime as well, a fan art of an anime. Deku's hair and eyes stood out to the crowd, mainly because of how beautifully kept his hair was, all put up in a braid off facing all the back. And his hair glowed as well as his eyes glowed like the emerald that people would find way back then. His eyes glowed so bright that it made other people shiver. Sorry about going on that rant, but where we left off is where Deku captured Bakugo. He did got injured in the process, but when Denki took him out, they ran out because they know once they attack Bakugo, his goons will go after whoever attacked. So Deku and Denki grab their belongings and book it out of the classroom as fast as they can, at least away from the school, so Deku's notebook did not get injured. The teacher did not stop Deku or Denki because Bakugo started it. And the teacher despises Bakugo because of how he's treated the other students, mainly towards Deku and Denki. And he was Denki, and he's supportive of them. He always helped them out. Always helped Denki and Deku. Bakugo's and his goons mainly got the end of the stick. So he was not backing down from when Bakugo told him to change what they wanted to go. The teacher said no, and if you dare tell me otherwise, Bakugo, I will have you expelled. He was stone cold mad, because Deku and Denki were promising students. well, Deku mainly, Denki was trying his best. That's the good part. And so Denki grabbed Deku's arm and pulled him, literally tugging at his school uniform and arm, pulling him towards the bridge where we saw Deku in the canon anime. They ran so fast that Deku did not even notice that his backpack was open. Something fell out that was mainly precious to Deku. A photo. A photo of his parents and him when he was a child. A photo of his mother and father, the father he never get to see, as he tugged on Denki to pull back for he could grab the photo, but it was already whisked away on the wind, unable to be seen again. At least for now. The thing that Deku and Denki mainly did not see was the sewage. They were already under the bridge. Deku was kind of over the pipe, but the thing that mainly stands out, the thing I forgot to mention on that little monologue of Deku being a performer, is that a lot of people like him for his style of fashion as well as his style of dancing, quote unquote. Even villains like him because of how he moves and how he portrays villains. He doesn't portray villains as heartless people as other people suggest. He treats them as human beings. Because the last villain that attacked the school and almost hurt a lot of innocent civilians, he went up to the villain while people were telling him to get away and just literally sat down next to him, using his quirk as the little ribbon, and jumped into the school and grabbed a bottle of water. He said, "Let me talk to this person," as quote unquote to a police officer. So he chatted with the villain. The villain understands what he was doing and actually tried to change his ways, and actually goes willingly instead of struggling how he originally was. He goes willingly, and he suggested one thing to the police officer: get me a therapist. Because in this case, villains, people in jail do get therapy, but he specifically asked to see a therapist. Specifically. Okay, back to the normal story. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so Deku literally goes, tries to grab the photo. He uses his quirk. He uses the rope. He tries to grab it. Instead, the sludge villain comes out already. The rope was not able to get the photo. Instead, the sludge villain was not able to get the photo as well. Just a little bit. A little bit more, and Deku would have gotten the photo of his parents and himself. Instead, the sludge villain came out of nowhere, scaring the two young kids. I'm not even that old, and Deku is older than me. As they screamed in fear, not really. They yelled in fear, for anyone out there could hear them. Denki knew his quirk was not able to be useful because it's sludge. He knew it could be useful in solid objects, but liquid objects could be way more useful if someone was in the object. In this case, the thing was made out of sludge. Deku knew his quirk would not be useful at all, because this is just showbiz. Nothing special, as someone told him before. Bakugo Katsuki has told them that they will never be useful, no matter what. Deku, those words buried deep into Deku, going straight to his heart, making him feel worthless, useless, as some people would say. So Deku, in fear but also in bravery, attacked the sludge villain. After the sludge villain attacked his friend Denki, Deku attacked and continued attacking, grabbing the sludge villain with the little fabric and pulled on the sludge villain, making him let go of Denki as much as he can. As the sludge villain tried to attack Deku, He almost got in Deku before All Might appeared. All Might appeared and saved the two young boys. He saved them, and both young men were very very happy to meet the number one hero and for him to save them from a villain. Deku grabs a water bottle that he had, and All Might grabbed a soda can that he found on the floor. They both put the sludge villain inside. Before All Might left, he asked the two boys about their quirks. Both explained how their quirks work and what their quirks are, but before All Might jumped off, Deku said, All Might, answer this one question for me. Can I become a hero with my quirk? It doesn't matter if your quirk is villainous or heroism. You could be a hero as long as you try. Those words gave hope to the two young boys, but mainly towards Deku, because he knew those words were deep into him. That little seed that All Might planted, as well as the seed from his friend Denki, who always gave him hope, as well as his parents. Those seeds of hope buried deep into Deku, helping him with his anxiety. Those seeds of hope helped him as much as he can. This feeling in his chest made him happy. The first time in a long time Denki has ever seen him truly smile. Denki knows when Deku is having a fake smile on his face. You could tell by the way his eyes look and the way his body language gives. You could tell that Deku was wearing a fake smile all these years. But now Deku's holding a real smile. That was giving Denki enough hope for he could at least go on to go into the UA entrance exam and make it into UA, no matter what other people say. I'm gonna skip to the 10 weeks of training, 10 months. Deku and Denki, oh no,